Secondary growth. The growth of the roots and stems in length with the help of apical meristem is called primary growth. Apart from primary growth, most dicotyledonous plants exhibit an increase in girth. This increase is called secondary growth. The tissues involved in secondary growth are the two lateral meristems, vascular cambium and core cambium. Vascular cambium. The meristematic layer that is responsible for cutting of vascular tissue, xylem and phloem, is called vascular cambium. In the young stem, it is present in patches. Activity of the cambial ring. The cambial ring becomes active and begins to cut off new cells both towards the inner and outer sides. The cells cut off towards pith mature into secondary xylem, and the cells cut off towards periphery mature into secondary phloem. The cambium is generally more active on the inner side than on the outer. As a result, the amount of secondary xylem produced is more than secondary phloem and soon forms a compact mass. The primary and secondary phloems get gradually crushed due to the continued formation and accumulation of secondary xylem. Springwood and autumnwood. The activity of cambium is under the control of many physiological and environmental factors. In temperate regions, the climatic conditions are not uniform through the year. In the spring season, cambium is very active and produces a large number of xylem elements having vessels with wider cavities. The wood formed during this season is called springwood or early wood. In winter, the cambium is less active and forms fewer xylem elements that have narrow vessels. And Heartwood and sapwood. In old trees, the greater part of secondary xylem is dark brown due to deposition of organic compounds like tannins, oils, gums, aromatic substances, and essential oils in the central or innermost layers of the stem. These substances make it hard, durable, and resistant to the attacks of microorganisms and insects. This region comprises dead elements and with highly lignified folds. Core cambium. As the stem continues to increase in girth due to the activity of vascular cambium, the outer cortical and epidermis layers get broken and need to be replaced to provide new protective cell layers. Hence, sooner or later, another meristematic tissue called core cambium or phylogen develops, usually in the cortex region. Phylogen is a couple of layers thick. It is made of narrow, thin-walled and nearly rectangular cells. Phylogen cuts off cells on both sides. The outer cells Secondary growth in roots. In the dicot root, the vascular cambium is completely secondary in origin. It originates from the tissue located just below the phloem bundles, a portion of pericycle tissue above the protoxylem, forming a complete and continuous wavy ring which later becomes circular. Further events are similar to those already described above for a dicotyledon stem. Secondary growth also occurs in stems and roots of gymnosperms. However, secondary growth does not occur in monocotyledon